Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Wednesday night. And we begin tonight with an alarming return to numbers not seen since some of the darkest days of this pandemic. Cases now rising in half the country, surging across the South and West. And this number tonight, nearly 35,000 new cases reported in just the last 24 hours, a number not seen since April. And tonight, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut fearing a second wave possible, now imposing a 14-day quarantine for visitors from 9 states where cases are now soaring, including Florida and Texas, saying visitors could face major fines if they don't comply. Florida tonight with a record 5,500 new cases, long lines for testing. Texas reporting more than 5,500 cases. The ICU beds at Houston's hospitals are now at 97%. The governor now suggesting new restrictions may be needed. Arizona's ICUs are under stress as well tonight, and a staggering number of cases in California. More than 7,000 cases in a single day, and what a very frustrated and concerned governor said there today. Authorities fear that Americans, and in many cases young Americans, are not taking this seriously, not social distancing. And tonight, the CDC now predicting we could see 150,000 American lives lost by July 18th. That's 3 weeks from now. And so we begin tonight with ABC's Tom Yamas from Houston.
Tonight, with new coronavirus infections surging to their highest level in months, the governors of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut now taking drastic action to prevent more outbreaks.
People coming in from states that have a high infection rate must quarantine for 14 days.
Much like Florida did at the peak of the pandemic, New York's governor says police will stop cars with out-of-state license plates. Visitors from 9 of the nation's biggest hotspots could face up to $10,000 fines if they break the rules. For the first time since April, the U.S. reporting nearly 35,000 new cases. And while the country is doing more testing, hospitalizations are also on the rise in 21 states, an alarming trend. Florida shattering another daily record today, soaring above 5,000 for the first time. Parts of the Sunshine State were slow to shut down and quick to reopen. Nearly 16% of everyone tested on Tuesday had the virus. A 17-year-old high school student, one of the latest victims, killed by COVID-19. In Texas, health officials reporting a record number of new cases, more than 5,500. The virus taking a terrible toll on the Tarpley family from Fort Worth. Mom and dad, married 53 years, dying next to each other in the hospital, just an hour apart.
My mom said, okay, see you tomorrow. And then she died laughing. Yeah, she knows they're not tomorrow.
And just outside of Houston, 3 members of the Rodriguez family dying from the coronavirus in just the last 2 weeks. In Harris County, which includes the Houston area, nearly 45% of all COVID-19 patients are Hispanic or Black, a stat that mirrors statewide numbers. At Houston Methodist Hospital, doctors taking us inside the ICU, healthcare workers suiting up for battle. They're now seeing entire families testing positive.
How are you all holding up?
It's still a little stressful, but we're getting through.
The toll on the frontline workers mirrors what we heard and saw in New York 3 months ago. Nursing director Teal Riley telling us what it's like inside her ICU.
When they don't survive, you know, knowing that we did everything we possibly could to restore their, okay, you're gonna make me cry now.
No, it's
I have a hard time talking. This is the hardest part about the whole thing. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The hospital now forced to expand their ICU bed capacity.
All the ICUs of mine are stressed out.
Dr. Faisal Masood is the head of critical care at this hospital. He says this second surge is different. This time, the patients are much younger, and he thinks he knows why.
So you're seeing younger patients, and you believe it's because they weren't following social distancing guidelines?
Absolutely. And you go out, you know, and all the things which I've seen, the mask they're not putting on, they're not social distancing, and they're congregating in closed environment.
We have to listen to those frontline workers, that nursing director from inside the ICU, so moved by what she's seeing every single day play out there. Tom with us from Houston. And Tom, just as we were coming on tonight, the CDC out with a new and a really eye-opening number predicting American lives lost in just the next few weeks.
That's right, David. The CDC is out with some new predictions, and they are pretty grim. They report that somewhere between 130,000 to 150,000 people could be dead from the coronavirus by July 18th just in the United States, and that states like California, Arizona, Florida, and right here in Texas will likely see an increase in the death rate over the next 4 weeks. David?
Tom Yamas out in the country tonight. Tom, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.